Howdy folks, Donovan Quesenberry here, and tonight we're going to be talking about what you need to do to set up your vehicle for Christmas lights. It's going to be a 100-yard approach at the topic. I know we can get in the nitty-gritty about what goes where and every single thing that needs to be on the truck for every single job site, but that's not the purpose of tonight's live. I just want to give you a good overview so that you can be equipped to go out and do it. Now, if you want to get more information and exact details and plans and everything else, you can actually go to ta-da! Online training is now available. You can look down below. You can go to clc-university.com and check out a lot of information on how to start your business, how to grow your business, how to install lights, permanent lights, how to take photos. And then there's going to be a build-out course on vehicles. There's going to be a lot of information that we add to CLC University. So if you want to get more information about tonight's topic, you can go ahead and check that out. I'm going to take a few minutes and share the live out on the social medias. So just bear with me and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Let's see. There we go. All right, awesome. I think I got it shared to my page. Let me make sure it went where I wanted it to go. It did. All right, good stuff. Done with that. Here we go. All right, so let's jump right into it. What are some things that you guys are going to need on your vehicles to get lights installed? Well, you need materials. But what materials are you going to focus on? Let's talk about the vehicle itself. I personally like running vans because you can load it up and you don't need to unload everything at the end of the day. In the past, I have run trucks, and the issue there is everything gets piled in the back of the truck. It rains, the cardboard gets wet, your bags get wet, and things just tend to get piled in there. If you have a back seat, everything gets thrown in the back seat. And after a few days of installing, it's a mess. You can't find anything and you're disorganized. So I really like vans because you can build out a van where everything has a specific place and you can quickly look at it at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, restock, reorganize, and stay on top of it. So tonight I want to show you guys my van build out. I have a few photos for you to check out. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so this is a high roof van. What you will notice is the ladder rack actually tilts down and the ladders come down on the side of the vehicle. I got some videos showing that, but I like them because you can put the ladders up top. I like having on the far side, you see that that's a 28-foot, and on this side, that's like a 22-foot ladder. 22-foot ladder is what we're going to use in most situations, okay? I like that because anybody, no matter your height, can manage that. You can easily pick it up and you can easily maneuver it around. And you also notice on all my ladders, I have the ladder stabilizer and the no bull bumpers. The other one, I don't see the no bull bumpers on there, but those red things on the end of the ladder stabilizers, I absolutely love them for my vehicle. And yeah, you see my amazing branding is a a magnetic sign. I'll try to do better with that this year. All right, here's a little bit closer up shot of the longer ladder. Again, you can see that there's like no straps. I don't think I can zoom in, but yeah, no, I can't really zoom in on this. But there's no straps holding down the ladder. The way that these ladder racks work is that they clamp onto the ladder, and then you put a bar in there, and the ladder comes down. So the bar is this white bar sitting on top of the goat hook right there. You put that in the ladder rack, and that whole ladder comes down on the side of the vehicle, so you can access it. You can put it on and put it off the vehicle from the side. You don't have to get a ladder out and climb out on top. I typically have 3 ladders. You'll see that right here. So I have the smaller ladder, which is our go-to. We have the bigger ladder, which is like a 28-foot. I don't like carrying a 40-foot ladder because they're so unmanageable. But if you're doing all your work from the ladder, you may need to have 3 or 4 ladders on your vehicle. The third ladder that you'll see right in the center of the vehicle is a Little Giant. I don't like the Little Giant that goes up to like 28 feet or whatever. I like this size right here. So this is a 6-foot tall ceiling. And I think that this Little Giant ladder extends up to 22, 24 foot. And that's like the perfect size for like going over top of bushes and stuff like that. So those are my 3 go-tos. You'll also see that I have a safety gear wall. It's set up right now for 1 person, but if I were to set up this truck for 2 people, I would have 2 tie-off points, two of everything of the safety, and 2 harnesses. And it's all right here on the wall. The cool thing is you can look at it at a glance. And when you're done with the job, everything has a place. So you're not going to be like leaving the goat hook or leaving the Ridge Pro or leaving your, believe it or not, I've gone out to job sites and I've seen where they leave Little Giant ladders like stuck in the bush somewhere. The nice thing about everything having a place is that at a glance, you can see what's there and what's missing. That's the key. Okay, from this photo, you can here's a little zoom in of the safety stuff. So what I have across, it's a Rubbermaid Fast Track. That's what I have the goat at the bottom hooked on. So it's just adjustable. It has these little hooks. They come in different sizes that you can slide it. And you mount the Fast Track system. There's a lot of these style of Fast Track rails. But basically, you can attach different things to these rails. And they're going to be semi-customizable. You install the rail, and then you can customize it. Now, in a van, you got to make sure that you install those rails where there's a hard place behind it to screw into. And you also want to make sure that you use the proper length screws so that you're not going too far and you screw into the outside of the van. Thankfully, we have not made that mistake before, but I have seen where people do that. The one thing, the first mistake that I made with purchasing a van is that I purchased a passenger van and I was trying to use it for work. You want to buy, if you're going to use a van, you want to buy a van that's meant and set up. It's a commercial use vehicle. That way there's no air conditioning, there's no heating units or anything like that in the walls in the back. It doesn't come with insulation. And it's set up and it's ready to go. There's no extra foam. There's no extra stuff. You can get outlets installed if you'd like on the newer vans. A lot of them come stock, but you do not want to buy a passenger van. So my very first van was a Ford Transit passenger van, and that did not work. It really limited what I can install in terms of shelving and stuff like that in the back of the van. And also, the sliding doors had glass windows, and the ratchet strap got caught, and I busted out the glass windows before. On the commercial vehicles, you might have glass on the very back doors, but you're not going to have them on the side. So you get a lot more surface that you can mount. I know a lot of people don't even like glass on the back windows because if you got a lot of equipment in these vans, somebody can just break out the back window and easily get in there, versus if it's solid, it's a little bit more work. It's less of a crime of opportunity. They can't just look through to see what type of equipment you got in there. So that's just something to think about, guys. Moving right along. Okay, so I got my safety wall. I got my goat down there. And then on the other side from the back door, this is where we start our install equipment. Like, what are we going to use to actually install equipment? What I like to do, you see that trash can setting up? I have 2 of those in the back of my vans, and those are filled up with my 15-inch spacing, Sunwarm white C9 bulbs on the socket cord with the clips already on them. It's my pre-bulbed it's my pre-bulb, what I'm putting up at 95% of my jobs. And so I put 500 foot in one trash can, and then I put the lid on there, and I stack another trash can on top of that. And so I have 1,000 foot of pre-bulbed 15-inch Sunwarm white C9 ready to go on the truck for new installs. You'll also see that I have some reels. These are just caddies. They're real caddies. They're real spools. I don't know what you call them, but you can get them off Amazon for like $19. All right. There is a 2x10 chopped at 45 degrees, screwed into the wall. right? And so it just sits up there. The weight holds it in place. It doesn't flop around. It doesn't do anything else. If you drive a little bit more aggressively, maybe you need to put like a little bungee cord on there or something, but I haven't had problems. And these are two reels stacked on top of each other. So I have one down below and one up top. That's just extra reels. So if let's say I sell a multicolor job and I forget to pre-bulb it and pre-prep it, I don't want to unscrew my pre-prepped warm white lights. So I just have an extra down below is 15-inch spacing reel. I'm just going to screw it in right there at the job site, and I'm going to do my prep work right at the job site. What I don't ever want to do is unscrew pre-prepped line, right? That's double the work, and it's inefficient. Above it, I typically keep my my 24-inch C9 spacing. And I do 24-inch for my ground stake lighting. So I keep a 15-inch spool and I keep a 24-inch spool of C9 in the truck, or in this case, in the van. Just an extra spool in case we run out. So far, you guys got any questions? Let me check the comment section. I'm assuming probably some chats have come through. So, all right. Freeland, how's it going, man? I'm going to address the comment section right here. I will definitely get back. That's not all of the video. I got a lot more, but I want to address some of the comments, do some housekeeping and stuff like that, give everybody a bit of a break. But I got a lot more videos. I got shelving built out. I got a lot more I want to show you guys in the van. So just stay tuned to that. Can everybody hear me okay? I'm assuming yes. Nobody's called me and been like, your sound is out. So show me in the comments. Is my sound coming through okay? Is the quality of the video okay? Great content. All right, thank you, Caitlin. All right, so Andy Reeves asked, all right, I just got my Ridge Pro, was wondering how much you guys use yours. So Andy, that's a great question. I am a big advocate for safety, and the Ridge Pro is a great tool to use on shingle roofs. I know that they work on some metal roofs and some clay tile, but the Ridge Pro is a great tool to set up, have a lanyard attached to it, and we use it very often. Like you'll see, based upon the state of that photo that I showed you guys earlier, there's a lot of use on my Ridge Pro and my lanyard. Now, what I will say is that I believe for it to be an OSHA-approved tie-off point, it does need to be screwed into the roof. Not too many clients are going to be in favor of that. You need to check with the client. I would recommend anytime that you put a hole in a client's roof, even if you're going to patch it up. And so that's something to keep in mind, but we use it almost at every job. Now, here's another tip for you, is that I actually require my guys to take a safety photo and attach it to every job of them using safety gear. And that's tied to 20% of their pay. Right now, if they're doing exterior cleaning, the truck earns 20% for doing the work and 5% for doing like the safety photo, before and after photos of the job, and 5 around yard signs. So some of those things. And so they can earn up to 25% of a job for my exterior cleaning business by attaching that safety photo. If they don't do that, they lose 20% of their pay for the day. So it's very important. I require it at every job, and that's my go-to. The goat hook, the Ridge Pro with a lanyard, I actually love my cougar paws. I'm personally not getting up on a roof without cougar paw and without a pitch hopper. But a pitch hopper and cougar paws are not tied off. Technically, if you're 6 feet above the ground, you need to be tied off at some point. So we love using the Ridge Pro for that. All right, Caitlin says, video is sharp and sounds good. Thank you very much. And Freeland was saying, probably going to get a van this year as my business has grown. What size would you suggest? 1, 12, 14 foot. The guy to ask about, I guess I should have put that up. So Freeland says that he is going to switch to vans this year. And what size van do I suggest? I've tried out a few different ones. I know Ryan Culp is actually going to the lower roof van. And instead of having the ladder rack that goes down the side, he has a roller bar in the back for his ladders. I think for Christmas light installs, for temporary lights, you need a lot more stuff in the van. So I like the high roof van. And so that's sort of my go-to. The smaller van would be good for like permanent lighting or exterior cleaning year round. And so my suggestion is go with the high roof and get the proper ladder rack so that you can efficiently work. I don't think you'll ever regret having a little bit more room. And here's another thing that you can do. You can rent a van for the season. You don't have to buy. So that's something that we're going to do for like our garland, our greenery van. I'm not going to be putting a bunch of screws and stuff like that in there, but we're going to build out like a garland and greenery van, and I'm just going to lease that for the season. So I have 1 or 2 vehicles that I own, and we're going to lease out a few for the season. The cool thing is that you can lease it out, and you can be like, hey, look, if this isn't a good fit, they'll typically let you swap them if their inventory isn't a problem for maybe like a small cleaning fee or something. So there's a tip for you for trying out vehicles. A trailer, not a van. So I'm actually going to build out a trailer next, so I'll share that with you. So he said trailer, and I was a little confused when you said 12, 10, 14 foot. So I was like, maybe he's talking about trailers. So Freeland was saying, what type of trailer works good for Christmas lights? Now, so here's my input when it comes to building out a trailer for Christmas lights. I, as the owner, am going to be using a trailer this year. I'm going to make an effort to get to at least 1 job site a day, and I'm going to load up my trailer with a week's worth of supplies so I don't have to reload every day, and then I'm going to tell an employee, hey, restock my trailer and drop it back off at my house. So that's how I'm going to do it. The issue is I don't want my employees driving a trailer, because they tear stuff up. They can't drive it that often or whatever. And also, it's a little tough to tell from here, but I'm like over 6 foot tall. So this van, the ceiling on that van is only 6 foot. So I'm like walking around in it like this, and it's just uncomfortable. So my trailer, I have like an 8 foot tall ceiling. In a 16 foot trailer, you can get a 32 foot ladder in there if you go at like a bit of an angle. So all your stuff can be inside the van. So I like a 16 foot tandem axle trailer, 8 foot tall ceiling, and the 8 foot wide, right? So it's a big trailer. I have full plywood on all the way around, and I have easy rail system where I can put in straps, I can put in different tools and attachments. I don't remember, I might have 3 levels of easy rails going along the sides of the trailer. So the other thing to keep in mind is I have a ramp door for my trailer for walking up and stuff like that, but I probably prefer a barn door. That's where the doors open this way, and that's so if you have a forklift and you need to load stuff in or something like that, you cannot drive a forklift or even like a pallet jack on that ramp without like tearing it up and everything. And also you need a lot more space to let down that ramp versus the barn doors. You can just open it up and you just step up into the trailer. So that's the one thing I don't like about my trailer, but there's my advice for you. It's a 16 foot V-nose tandem axle. I've driven single axle trailers before. I won't do it again. I prefer tandem axle. It spreads out the load a little bit better, but that's a big trailer and you got to really know what you're doing. I would not suggest that you put a bunch of employees on trailers that big because they're going to tear stuff up. So my employees drive vans. I personally am going to build out a trailer and use a trailer for my personal install this year. And look, man, I can bag up a trailer within that far and put it that, left, right, stop. I can squeeze in. If I only have that much room, I can squeeze in there and make it work. I can't expect that of an employee. So that's my advice for you when it comes to the trailer. Okay, guys. So a couple of housekeeping things. We got like 18, 20 people on here, right now. Now, I am going to give away, now you see at the bottom of the screen, we have online training now available at CLC University, clc-university.com. On there, we have a few courses that are live. The main course that's live right now is the Growing Your Business course. Okay, that's going to be broken up in different categories. It's like before your first job, at your first job, growing your business and getting it successful. And we got a lot more content coming out. But with that, I'm going to give away tonight 5 beta, it's called beta test. All right. So I'm going to give you free access to this right here. I'm getting ready to put up the link. But what I need you to do is I need you to go to this live right now on Facebook and share it. If you share it and you post in the comment right now, hey, I've shared this live, I will make sure that you get one of those 5 spots, or if they book up real quick, if somebody else clicks on the link and they get the free spot before you, you just message me and I'll get you a free access to CLC University for 2 weeks. All right. So with that, all right, you ready? Share. I'm going to put it up. I'm going to wait till a couple of people comment that they've shared, and I'm getting ready to switch this over and show you the free online training link. You got to click it as soon as I go because I only got 5 spots for that. Here's the other rule, all right? if you get free access, I need you. There's 40 lessons, and then in the one course that I'm going to give you access to, there's 40 lessons. I want you to leave a comment on every lesson with your input. What we did good, what we need to include. If you have any questions, you got to do that. All right, so let's go to the chat. Let's see who has shared. All right, trailer brakes are very trailer brakes are very helpful. That is true. Yeah. So if you're going to carry a there we go. If you're going to if you're going to have a trailer, okay, I would recommend having some trailer brakes. For one, on the neck of the trailer, there's two types of brakes. Okay, when you plug it in, an 8-pin plug-in, there can be brakes on the axles of the trailer, and then there can also be emergency brakes when the trailer when you come to a stop and the trailer slides forward and the weight shifts forward. That's another set of braking. So I would recommend that you get both of those brakes on the axles, and when the trailer shifts forward, it helps with the braking as well. That'll keep you from jackknifing if your brakes go out on the trailer, if you got to hit your brakes really quick. All right. We got a few people have shared. All right, a bunch of people have shared. All right, you ready? I'm getting ready to put it up. Get ready. At the bottom of the screen, it's going to be the link. You got to go to the link and have an email address ready. So there's only 5 spots. So you guys, I'm gonna give you time to do it, but you got to go ahead and put somewhere your email address and copy it. So when you get to the link, you can just hit paste and you can hit enter. All right, I'm not kidding. There's only 5 spots for this. So get that ready. And I'll give you a countdown real quick to when the link is going to pop up. All right, you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. All right, 5 spots. Scan it real quick. Go there. Put in your email address, and you got to set up a password, and you got to do that. But there's only 5 spots, guys. So go ahead and get free access to the training right now. 5 spots. 5 spots. All right. Let's go back to the chats. Hey, Clark. How's it going, man? Okay, so I see people are already scanning the QR code. I can see how many. Ooh, a bunch of people are scanning it. Hurry up. I think we got 4 people that have scanned it. We got one more spot. We got one more spot. I can't get that link. Oh no, it doesn't let me click. Scan it. Click the QR code. Let me copy the link real quick. Let me see. All right. Get link right here. Are you ready? I'm going to put it in the chat. Only 4 people have scanned it. I'm going to put it in the chat where you can click it, guys. You ready? There you go. That's the link right there. I just put it in the chat. Can't click. Stupid laptop. I'm sorry. I caused some mayhem. All right. The link is in the chat. 4 people have already used the QR code, so there's 1 spot left. Go ahead and click that link and get signed up. All right. I've had my fun. Oh man, I knew that was going to upset some people, but look, what are you going to do if you can't have a little fun? Look, guys, if nothing else, check out clc-university.com. We're going to keep adding a lot more content to it. We have about 10 courses that are in draft mode right now that we're going to keep adding. The official live launch date is going to be at the huge convention in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you guys are going to be at the huge convention, you can actually come to our training on August 22nd, and you can attend the 1-day, all-day training. Look, our goal for this training is to get your business, get you equipped so that your business can get up to, by lunchtime, you're going to know how to get up to $100,000 in revenue, and by dinner time, go way beyond. Our keynote speaker, our top speaker, actually runs a $6 million commercial Christmas light installation company. He and his wife are going to be speaking, and they're also going to be at our booth over the next 2 days following the August 22nd. So the 23rd and 24th, we're going to have quite a few power pack speakers available to get you guys resources. If you're already going to be at the huge convention, you might as well check it out. I think it's only $199 a person or something to come to our all-day training. We don't have a training that is that cheap. You're already going to be in town. You're already going to be at the huge convention. You might as well check it out. I think we have about 100 people, right near 100 people already signed up, and I think our room capacity is like 110, maybe 120. So it's very limited spacing. We're getting people signed up every day. If this isn't a sales tactic, like literally the fire marshal might tell us, look, you can't have any more people here. So we're going to keep selling until the room's full. We try to get a larger room, but right now it looks like we're very quickly nearing capacity. It's going to be our biggest training that we're doing, and we're going to give you all these resources for you guys to get to $100,000 and beyond. That's going to be at the huge convention in Nashville, Tennessee. All right, let me go back to the chat. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Clark said, they just picked up a 7 by 16 trailer today. Next step, getting it wrapped and shelving inside. All right, so Clark, check out some of the shelving that I'm going to put up in the van, and then I'll share at CLC-University. I'm actually having a whole course on van build out and trailer built out, so you can watch what I do. But basically, for a trailer, I want a week's worth of materials in there. Maybe the exclusion is those the trash cans of my C9 prep lights. Those I might have to add a little bit more. All right, sold out. Okay, all right. So the link for the free training is already sold out. Sorry about that, but if you message me and show me that you did share, I'll get you a couple people. I'll get you more access. Just shoot me a message on Facebook Messenger, and I'll hook you up. What's up? What's going on, Donovan? Your boy Ramon. Okay, what's going on, Ramon? This is the man right here, looking good. Look. You can get a little side profile for me. It was pretty bad. So this is like mugshot, like straight on side profile. I've had to do that once before. Hopefully never again. So I got any pictures of my trailer build out? That's to come. So I'll probably, here in about another month or a couple of weeks, I'll do another live and I'll share it there. All right, let's get back to the meat and potatoes, guys. Let's go back to the van build. Okay, real quick recap. All right, you need to have 3 ladders on your vehicle minimum. You need to have a 24-foot ladder. You need to have a 28-foot ladder minimum. If you're going to do all your work from a ladder, you probably need to have a 40-foot ladder. I like the drop down. So this right here, you put a little pole up there, and then this ladder comes down on the side of the vehicle, so it's easy to access. The pole is on top of the goat hook right there. So that white pole on top is the pole to get the ladders down. I've posted videos on that. My safety gear is all on this wall. So I have my little giant ladder over there. That's a 22 or 24-foot little giant ladder. And then I have my install vest. I have my Ridge Pro, my lanyards, my harness, my goat over here. And then I have, all my vests set up. So this is for one person. Double it if you're running a 2-man crew. You're having 2 roof guys. Okay, so from the back door perspective, on the other side is where I have all of my materials for install. And you'll notice right down the middle, that's where I hang my wreaths and my garland and stuff. So I have 60-inch wreaths that fill up that middle section and client bin lights that can go on the floor. You can see underneath the bottom of the shelf, I have my pitch hoppers that are on the bottom of that shelf, the yellow pitch hoppers. All right, the trash cans I filled up with my pre-prepped lights. I store 2 of those stacked on top of each other. I bungee them to the wall. And then I have 2 extra spools already in the caddies hanging up on the wall. Okay, I have the two of those spools in the van. All right, now let's go to the passenger side. All right, so behind the passenger front seat, I have my toolbox. I will show you what I have in that toolbox here in the next few slides. Behind the driver's seat, I have these a wall of bins that I can pull those bins out and they stay in place. So I can pull them out, and that's where I have my individual bulbs and male plugs and female plugs and power cords and suction cups, and I have it all organized, and so I know exactly what goes in there. The problem is when you have the really big wide open shelves, your installers and you just have a tendency to throw stuff in there at the end of the job. So I only want one thing in each bin, and you'll see here in a little bit that you can divide those bins into two segments. So in CLC-university.com, I'm having a whole build out sheet, and I have links to where you can get all this stuff. So if you guys join CLC-university.com and you get access, you go on the monthly subscription, you'll get access to a course that lists everything out and everything else. So, all right, right beside it, I have, okay, so at the entrance right there, you see my little giant ladder. And that's right here on the left side of the screen. You see my little giant ladder that's bungeed in at the top. You can see that bungee cord going around the top. So you can real quickly undo that bungee cord and get access to your little giant ladder. And then the wooden shelving that you see are my produce crates. So I have room for 6 produce crates that are on the shelving. And so I have my bulk materials at the very top. I have my extra clips, my roofline clips, my like Minlian clips or my Tough clips or my Halo clips or my Canny clips, anything like that. I have those in the top bin. So I actually have my C9 clips on one of those bins. It fills up that whole bin. And then I got my Ridge clips in that other bin at the top. Those are real bulky and they take up a lot of space. In the next row, I have my C7 blinker bulbs. And I got 2 bins of those, and we use a lot of them. I want to be able to reach in real quick and grab out as many as I want, and I want to be able to top those off at the end of the day. So that's why I have them at an angle, just sitting in there on the shelf at an angle. I can reach in and grab them, and I can quickly take those bins out and put more in. On the bottom, I have 2 bins of warm white mini lights, pre-bulbed mini lights. Those go on the bottom of the wood shelf. And then at the very bottom, that's where I have my pitch hoppers. Okay. So over here on my individual bins that have individual items, you can see that there's a lip on the shelf. So that it isn't the smooth shelf. Actually, the lip on it is like this. So the bin sits here, and there's a lip, so it can't just slide out. But the bottom of the bin actually hooks into that lip and tilts forward. So I can push them in, and they stay in place. You can take that shelf if it wasn't attached to the wall and shake it like this, and the bins won't come out. And while you need something, you can just pull it out, tip it out, it'll stay there, and then you can grab what you need and push it back in. Let me give you another angle, a little bit better view of that. And you can see here, there's actually a divider. So if you need like something that you don't need a whole lot of is like C9 replacement sockets, you can put that on one side, and you can put like on the other side, you can put like, like binder clips, right? Because you're not going to need a whole lot of those, but you do need them. Or maybe like glue sticks on one side or something like that. So you can actually divide those bins in half. The key is with these bins is that everything should have a place. If you need it on the truck, it should always be, from that point forward, you should always need it. If you run out of something, double it, and that's your new minimum that you always put on the truck at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. The nice thing is about these bins is that everything has a place, and everything, you just fill it up to capacity. All right, and then let's look at the toolbox. Let me start at the bottom of the toolbox. These are slightly out of order, but that's okay. Okay, so the very bottom of the toolbox, I actually have battery chargers. So I just took out the DeWalt drill, but I have a DeWalt impact drill. I have the Ryobi hot glue gun. I have headlamps on the left side. I have a Ryobi battery charger. And I have a DeWalt battery charger, and then I also have an inverter for the truck where I can plug those in. So actually, I always have an extra battery. So I have two hot glue guns, but I have 3 Ryobi batteries. One of them's always on the charger, and then the other 2 are in the gun. Same thing with the drill. I got 1 drill, but 2 batteries. So one's always charging, and then the other one's in the drill. So when you run out, you always swap them. Okay. And then every time you use them in the van or starting up, whatever, it's constantly charging that battery. The headlamps are rechargeable headlamps. So I have a little USB strip in there where I can plug a few headlamps in. And so at nighttime, when we get installed and it's starting to get dark, we always have 2 or 3 headlamps on the, on charge at all times. So when we need them, we put them on there. At the end of the day, we hang up our vest, we hang up our hard hat, and we plug everything back in for charging. So it's ready to go for the next day. There's also a first aid kit right there in the middle. That's upside down. All right, so just here's some of the drawers. Sorry about that. That photo got flipped upside down. But this is the very top. I got a drawer for snips. This is something that I pointed out to Ryan. Don't do this in your toolbox, okay? Don't put something that needs to be restocked in the toolbox. Everything that needs to be restocked should go in a bin. That way, at a glance, you know to restock it at the end of the day and at the beginning of the day. Everything in the toolbox should be specific tools, okay? So this is what should be in the toolbox. Nothing that needs to be restocked, nothing that you're going to use up. You should have some snips, and you should know exactly what's in that toolbox, right? 2 pairs of big wire cutter snips, 5 pair or 4 pair, whatever it wants to be of your precision snips, hammer, ballpoint pen, flathead screw, whatever it's going to be, you should know exactly what's in there. I got my wire in one of the drawers. I got my staples and staple guns, 2 staple guns. I got screws in there. Let's see, did I miss a slide? I know I jumped around a little bit. Oh, okay. And then one last thing, guys, is you need to have a dash camera. So I know that that's overlooked quite often, but have a dash camera that records what you're doing. It can record employees if you have employees. It's just an added level of security, but that's something that should be on every vehicle is a dash camera, at least pointed forward and one pointing back at the drivers and passengers. You don't want you guys smoking or driving on the cell phone or anything like that. On the dash should also be a place to put your cell phone. So I don't want any of my guys driving and holding the phone or trying to punch in directions or responding to a client. There should be a hands-free mount to put the cell phone, and then there should be a dash camera in every vehicle. So that is basically what I have in all of my vehicles. There's a lot of items in those individual bins and drawers. Like I said, if you guys join or check out clc-university.com, we're going to launch a course here pretty soon outlining the full van build, everything that needs to go in there. And it's going to outline a trailer build, everything that goes in the trailer for stocking up for a week, everything that goes in the van for stocking up for the day, our check-in, check-out procedures, our checklist for the van, and then how we prep it to be stocked quickly so that the guys can get out of the shop. So all those processes and procedures we have fully outlined in CLC. I've talked about in a lot of videos. I just don't want this to get too lengthy, but all of it is organized in one place at clc-university.com. So check it out if that's what you're interested in. Training upcoming in Nashville, Tennessee. And then, a great place to get lights if you're interested in just, professional grade lights, you can always go to lightsforsale.com and purchase professional grade materials. So with that, guys, I'm not seeing a lot of questions in the chat, or I'll go over a few. There we go. So here's Andrew said, just bought a label maker for this year to try to be more helpful, more organized. So, hey, look, if you don't have a place for something, then you cannot expect for it to be consistently put into place. So, Andrew, that's great. And then my other thing would just be inspecting what you expect. So if you want everything organized, then I would say put on if you use like company cam, at the end of the day, they need to take a picture of everything fully stocked at the end of the day and everything organized. So it's like, take a picture of the safety gear, take a picture of the bins fully stocked, take a picture of, whatever, your drill and your whatever. I put if you noticed on my toolbox, I put all the expensive things on one bottom drawer so I can require my guys to take a picture of that at the end of the day. Because I tell you this, when I didn't do it, drills, those DeWalt drills and batteries would just grow legs of their own and just disappear. I could buy 10 of them, and at the end of the season, I only had 2 left over. They were left at job sites, they were stolen, they were this, they were that. But at the end of the day, when you have a specific place for it, and the guys have to take a photo, and then all of a sudden, they don't have it at the end of the day, but there was a photo, but at the previous day, there was a photo of it there. They lost it. Guess what? That's coming out of their paycheck. So that level of accountability and organization, for one, you'll never have to charge your guys because I don't hire dishonest people. They just happen to misplace it, or they just happen to, you know what I mean? And so when it's unorganized, it's easy to misplace. It's easy to not have a system. So yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to make it as easy as possible for my team to win. And having a organized van build out has done just that for my team. So with that, guys, God bless. Take care. We'll see you next week's live. And if I haven't already said it, check out CLC University, clc-university.com. Just to be honest and transparent with you, You can get a 6-month subscription for like $4.99, or you can pay, $99 a month and do it that way. That price is going up. I'm just letting everybody know. I think we have it set to like 15 members or 50 members or something like that. This is literally the first time I've talked about it with people. Once we get that sold, the price is going up. So just letting you guys know. Other cool things, if you do become part of the subscription to CLC University, you are going to get part of weekly live trainings and workshops. So literally within CLC University, we're going to have a marketing workshop. We're going to have a growing your business workshop. We're going to have a how to install workshop that are 1-hour workshops that are being held every week that you can sign up for. You're not required to, but you can sign up to every single one that you want to. We're going to have guest speakers like Chris Johnson that are coming in and talking about sales and leadership training like every so often. So there's going to be a lot more value built into CLC University. And here's the other thing. You're going to get exclusive deals and pricing on product that is not available to everybody. So we're passing along some deals and some savings to people who are part of the subscription of CLC University. So with that, guys, God bless. Take care. See you soon. If you got any questions, just feel free to reach out to me directly, Donovan Quesenberry, and just look me up on Facebook and shoot me a message on Facebook Messenger. God bless. Take care.